Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going through some Q&As while I get my meal prep in. We're currently in lockdown day number 5, I think. Got Paige Kimberly behind the camera. I'm going to ask the questions that you guys asked me on Insta. But before we get into anything else, I'll get you to hit subscribe, hit the like, comment, share, tell all your mates, follow me on IG. At Tim's Bodybuilding. Then we'll get into it. So I've been a little quiet on here for a few weeks now. Actually got a little bit sick and so I needed to get 100%. Obviously can't really push your body hard if you're in bed being sick. So we're all past that now. Still hitting cardio in the mornings or evenings depending on whatever works, and getting the workouts in. I'm very lucky in the fact that I actually own my own gym, so we've actually been managing to stay within our bubble and trained there. We have lent out a whole lot of the equipment to people though, so we're actually missing pretty much every dumbbell between about 10 kilos and like 37 and a half. But thankfully we've got like bench press and incline press, all your leg stuff and cables and everything like that. So still managing to hit all of our usual routine more or less. Under 7 weeks out now from show. Hopefully that's still going to be going ahead. We're still prepping and everything as if it's going ahead. Down to below 7% body fat now. Goal, for anyone that wants to know, would be somewhere around 3 or 4%. Basically we'll body fat caliper and measure down to sub 5%, which we should be hitting in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then from there, the way that we measure it is just measure like our stubborn body fat areas and places like that, and obviously watch our weight, and that should keep slowly creeping down, and hopefully the muscle will retain. Obviously feeling a bit flat now because there's almost no carbs, or very minimal carbs compared to what I'm used to, and keeping the protein high and fats at 0. So that's the goal anyway, getting that as close as we can. Obviously, lockdown, you want to binge, you want to drink with your mates on house party, all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, so I've been pretty good so far. Hopefully we're only in this for another week or so. Then we'll be back on track properly. And at the end of this video, might give you a little physique update if I'm feeling up to it. A little bit tired, but we'll see how we do. I'm going to be multitasking, cooking some food. We'll start cooking up my exciting kumara and chicken.
First question, how do you find time to run 2 businesses, train for a comp, and keep up YouTube and socials?
Basically, everything comes down to schedule. Obviously, training for a comp in itself does take a lot of time. I spend roughly, give or take, an hour doing cardio a day. And obviously an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes weight training. So sometimes weights will be in the morning, sometimes cardio will be in the morning. Just I fit it in how I fit it in. Whatever works. Thankfully, because I own my own businesses, I can be relatively flexible with my time in those businesses. Obviously things like meetings, PT for clients and everything like that are set times. So when I book those in, or if they're booked in every week, then obviously that side's quite easy because I know when I'm going to be needed. And then meetings and that kind of thing for the electrical are usually during the day. I've got a great team behind me in both, so that obviously helps to keep that flow there. And basically everything comes down to regimen. So I mean, obviously I want it pretty bad. Like bodybuilding has become quite a big deal for me, so basically I do everything I can to make that work. Like all my meal prep and everything like that, I always have that at set times throughout the week.
Leads us into question number 2. What keeps you motivated?
Well, I'm quite a competitive person, so at the moment what's keeping me motivated is basically wanting to do the best that I can. Obviously that's what people compete for, right? Like that's why people always want to do better. It's like that desire to push yourself, to see how far you can really go. Going into nationals and everything, this will be the first time that I've competed at nationals, so that's a big driver for me. I want to bring a better package than what I brought last year. I want to see how much I can improve on last year. Other people as well, like bodybuilding is a great sport. It does take a lot of time, takes a lot of money, takes a lot of effort. But to be honest, I haven't found another sport where you're rewarded in quite the same way as what bodybuilding rewards you. I like the fact that the work that you put in, more or less, is what you get out of it. And obviously there's other motivational factors, like obviously friends around me, my team behind me, everything like that does help to keep me motivated. But yeah, basically I just want to be the best that I can be and hope that I inspire others to show that it's possible, to show that no matter where your starting point, you can end up where you want to be, whatever that is.
Question 3. Nachos or burgers?
Burgers. Definitely burgers.
All
for me.
day.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what's the best split to follow for a muscle gain program?
So I'm quite a big fan of bro split at the moment. So basically, my current split would be, say, Monday legs, Tuesday back and bis, Wednesday chest and tris, Thursday shoulders, Friday arms, Saturday rests, and then Sunday chest by itself. That's because my lacking body part over this past 12 months or so has been my chest and my legs, so we're concentrating more on bringing those up. Honestly though, whatever fits into your recovery. There's a lot of factors that come into that. If you've got your sleep down, got your nutrition down, if you're on supplementation or natty, all these things are going to affect how fast you can recover. There's no point overtraining. Yes, that is a thing. Like obviously if you train the body to its extremes and then try and train that same muscle group again, you know, a day later, 2 days later, that's going to hinder how fast that muscle can grow. You do need to give yourself time to recover. So basically, it's up to the person. Like when I schedule programs for my clients, it's a person by person basis. This is where it's important to have a coach, but also have your sleep down. Like sleep is probably the most underrated form of recovery that people miss. Like you need to be getting those 8 hours, like the 8 hours of deep sleep a day when possible, or night, preferably night. Like, I don't know why people would be sleeping during the day, but whatever, each their own.
Next question, tips for achieving better mind-muscle connection.
So I struggled for a while, my muscle connection wise, with chest specifically. I had to spend a lot of time trying to get my chest to activate properly. By the way,
What's
this
that
stuff is
seasoning?
awesome. What is it? Shaker fry seasoning, charcoal chicken flavor. My muscle connection. So yeah, this is where having a personal trainer will definitely come in handy. Obviously, I see a lot of people. The most common one would probably be chest, because so many people often have over exaggerated like front delts, anterior deltoid, and often when we have big delts, which used to be my problem, they like to jump in. The body's always going to take the path of least resistance, like water, like electricity. It's all the same. It's going to obviously try and find the easiest way to do a movement. So if you're doing a bench press and you've got these big massive front delts hanging off you, obviously your body's going to go like that and push up through that. So it's the simple cues, but you usually need someone, or it's a lot easier when you have someone there telling you the cues when it's happening. So obviously to get chest activated, you need to pinch your shoulder blades back together, pull your shoulders back, and then do the pushing motions so that the pec muscle actually contracts. Another big one obviously is glutes, and you know, when doing like squats and that kind of thing. But yeah, more or less, basically invest in yourself, get a personal trainer, get them to show you the correct form, and then take in their cues. So, and then obviously try and apply it even when you're training by yourself. So really, if you can't find it, you can't get that mind-muscle connection yourself, like at the very, very least, watch YouTube videos from people in the know. Like hypertrophy coach is good. Obviously guys like Chris Bumstead, those kind of guys, they know what they're talking about more or less. So give them a watch and see like what their cues are when they're training that muscle group that that you might be struggling to get that mind-muscle connection with.
Can you still eat cheese?
Can I still eat cheese? I mean, physically, yes, I can physically eat cheese. Is it part of my diet? No. Obviously, like, as you're cutting calories, dairy gets very limited. We try to have basically as little amount of that as possible. What I have at the moment, dairy-wise, it'd be a little bit of milk with like my oats. That's about it. A little bit of milk with my coffee, but coach, if you're watching this, I mean, I only drink long blacks. But yeah, so yes, I can eat cheese. No, I do not eat cheese.
What's the best exercises for building tricep mass?
I'm a big fan of cable machines like rope, straight bar. Just there's so many different variations that you can do on that. That gets all three heads of the tricep activating quite well. For building mass though, I mean, when I'm bulking, in off season, when I've got a lot of calories in me and that kind of thing, I like to do like skull crushes or a close grip bench press. Obviously, then you can get some more weight over you and really like use the triceps to basically just push some more weight. So that's obviously going to strain the muscle more, hopefully tearing some muscle fibers that you wouldn't otherwise be able to tear.
Thoughts on the removal of female bodybuilders at the Mr. Olympia?
So this could be quite a controversial one. Personally, I think that women's bodybuilding has changed a lot since its inception in, I think, the late 80s or early 90s. Obviously, they used to get graded on femininity. You know, like by the time that say, Iris Kyle is coming along, yes, she was the greatest Olympic competitor of all time, technically, because she won it 10 times, I believe. But, I mean, like, at some point, they were going to have to, at the very least, look at the rules and, like, kind of change what they're judging on. Because now you've got women's physique, and women's physique competitors are, you know, quite muscular in their own right. So, yeah, I don't know, kind of controversial, but, I mean, I personally wasn't too phased about the removal of women's bodybuilding. Because I think women's physique kind of caters for that look anyway.
Tell us what's on your chicken.
What do you got on our chicken? It's called Coating Cook by Diamond. Ad. No, obviously we just stumbled across this in the, I don't know, the coating aisle, like where the flour and shit is. But yeah, there's like minimal stuff in this. It's pretty easy. I don't put any other coating on the chicken, so it's literally just grab the raw chicken, rub it in this stuff, and then we'll just chuck it in the air fryer once the kumara's done. Who
would you say is your number one supporter?
Number one supporter? No, I mean, obviously Paige is here doing a lot of this journey with me. She helps me prepare a lot of my meals, to be fair. Like I'm a little man-child or something. Yeah, so obviously you got to give a shout out to the girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you currently binging on Netflix?
Binging on Netflix? Well, we're in lockdown now, so I mean I've seen 99% of Netflix, but currently watching Parks and Rec. You know, at this stage of prep, which a lot of guys will say, you kind of want stuff that you can just zone out with. So any kind of, I don't know, do you call them dorky TV comedies? Like easy to watch, like comedy drama kind of stuff. Always goes down a treat. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just chuck on a movie or something like that, or play some PlayStation. What is
your least favourite exercise?
That's a toughie. I mean, if you'd asked me like 5 years ago before I trained legs, I'd say squats. But truth is, I actually love squats now.
You could start with the question, what is your least favourite muscle?
Abs are quite tedious to do, so let's go with that. I love having abs, but working out abs, a bit boring. So least favourite exercise, I don't know, let's get crunches.
Anything to do with abs?
Nah, okay, that sounds bad. But yeah, no, I think let's go with plank. Least favourite exercise, plank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question of the day. Who is your biggest influence?
At this stage, at the moment, like probably Chris Bumstead. Like, obviously, he's the top in my category in the world. So it's hard to look past him when it comes to like influences on what I'm doing. But not only that, he's also, you know, quite well spoken. Obviously, like he seems like a standout guy. He's very good for the sport as well, which I think is quite important because. Obviously, without competitors, there wouldn't be bodybuilding. So it's very important to try and inspire the next lot of bodybuilders into our sport, just to keep everything going. Nobody really wants to see the sport die, but obviously without competitors, then it would die. So it's always good to try and influence more people to come onto the sport and fall in love with it, as thousands of people have worldwide. So yeah,
He's real. Like, he tells it how it is. He's real.
Yeah, and he tells it how it is and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so thought that I'd do a little physique update because it's been a good few weeks since posting. So keep in mind, don't have a pump right now. Gymmed like hours ago, so like also minimal carbs in my body. So there's all the excuses out the way. Just don't worry about all that. So probably looking quite flat, but we'll see what we can do. Bit of shock with legs as well, I suppose. So yeah. Obviously, keeping up with the posing practice as well, and we'll be sharpening everything up as we get close to the comp. Yeah, it does. Posing still takes it out of you, even when you're doing like an hour of cardio in the mornings every day. Posing's still tough. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up. Tell everybody. Tell your mum, sister. Dad, I don't know, whoever wants to watch. Give me a follow on Instagram as well, because obviously I keep a lot more up to date on there than what I do on my YouTube. So yeah, I'll keep you posted, keep watching, keep following, and yeah, see you next time. Peace.